Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:49. And Joe Walsh with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be sunny today with a high of 60. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 55. It is 42 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Let's see. Taylor Swift and Bad Bunny. Taylor Swift has topped Spotify's list of the most streamed artists of all time, followed by Bad Bunny.
Okay.
The two artists have been trading the top spot in recent years. Drake, The Weeknd, and Ariana Grande round out the top 5 most streamed artists on Spotify. The streaming platform did not disclose its data collection methodology, which is probably like, hey, how much... Let's take the ones we just upped the subscription for,
right,
and poll them. Spotify also compiled lists of the most streamed albums, songs, podcasts, and audiobooks to celebrate its 20th anniversary. Spotify's 20 years old.
I'll be damned. They don't look a day over 19.
Yeah, but she's got a market on all that stuff.
But do you think it's possible that someone like a Taylor Swift, with all the money that she's made over the course of her career, could hire someone to just continuously press play on Spotify?
Yeah, why not?
Just rack up the numbers.
They do it with the bot farms for other stuff, you know?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You could probably get a bot to just keep playing over and over again. We should get something like that.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah. I mean, does Spotify have a lot of rules that you can't do that kind of thing?
Probably, but, it's big business. If you have enough money to do something, they'll let you do anything you want.
All right. Well, then everyone hit play all at the same time and see what happens on the Bax and Nagle podcast.
A new spinoff from the Tales from 85 has been released on Netflix, expanding the Stranger Things universe. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Set between seasons 2 and 3, the story follows the gang as they are safe from the Upside Down, only to face new terrifying mysteries beneath the ice. People are confused.
Imagine that.
Because the story is basically, they're following an offshoot story that really doesn't touch on the original story. So it's kind of like this misplaced plot line and things like that. So, I don't know.
So what's the point of it then? Just extract a few more dollars off that franchise?
Well, it's just like anything. I mean, what is it? Better Call Saul was a spinoff of Breaking Bad. There's been success of other spinoff shows.
Sure, but I mean, if you're already confusing your base audience with what you're trying to accomplish, then what are you really trying to accomplish?
I don't know.
Some consistency would be probably the best thing to serve your franchise, I think.
Yeah, but you're talking Hollywood moguls. They don't care about what people like.
Moguls are stupid.
They care about what is being pushed on them to push out.
Stupid moguls.
Reality TV star C.T. Tamburello quietly married OnlyFans model Catalina White. But
weren't we all expecting this?
That's what I was getting at. I'm like, I don't even know who this is. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No, you're not the only one.
But she has now filed for divorce, citing their marriage as irreversible. I can't even say that word.
Totally broken.
Yes, the couple got married in October 2024 in Florida and have no children. Catalina requested an equitable division of marital assets and no alimony in the divorce filing. CT agreed that the marriage was over and listed the date of separation as January 2026. Ooh, you're backdating it.
It is. I know technically you could make a case that this is accurate.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around the idea that OnlyFans are celebrities. Except they have an audience, and in some cases large audiences, but it's not a celebrity to me.
I think you have to define what celebrity is. And everybody has a different definition of what that is. People think we're celebrities. Did you know that?
We're regionally notable. That's about as far as I'm willing to go with it.
Did you know people like get all excited when they see us in public?
Yeah,
Some
I know.
do.
I don't get it. Have you ever spent any time with me?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, then
many times.
Then you know all that charisma is a big ruse.
Well, you've spent time with me. You know I'm just a big bag of hot air, too.
Well, that I knew. That's why we hired you.
Right. And I don't understand why people, see, in some minds, you're a celebrity. But in some minds, you're just that idiot.
I'm
who
like
runs Open Line Friday.
I'm like everybody else. I put my shoes on left and right, one at a time, just like my butler holds them for me, and then he goes cleans my my mansion, and then I take my Rolls Royce out for a spin. In regular places like the grocery store or
all those classic car shows out in Hamden. You go to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, with your Rolls Royce.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not a celebrity.
That's why I prefer regionally notable.
Yeah, is it more famous or infamous? That's what you got to remember.
Yeah, I know. It's.
But anyway, we're talking about this. I don't even know who she is. This Catalina White. She's pretty spicy.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, she's 40 years old. And she's a model,
right?
And she's pretty good looking.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be a big-time celebrity on the OnlyFans, you can't be like Quasimodo.
Hey, these clothes aren't going to come off for no money. We got to make this happen today.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's see. The former owner of the Home Alone house was found dead in an Illinois nature preserve in a suspected suicide after facing child pornography charges. John Abishstein, 79, was discovered in Lake Forest, and his death was ruled as a self-inflicted asphyxia. Police are investigating the incident, stating there's no threat to the community. He lived in the iconic house during the filming of the movie and later released a memoir about the experience, making it all so very creepy now. Finding out what he was involved in.
Yes.
Yikes. Speaking of creepy, Kim Kardashian says, oh, wait a minute. Where is... I got to get the right one. Excuse me while I open my email
take your time,
and find
Steve.
out the
Right.
Kim Kardashian thing. Are you ready?
Yes.
Kim Kardashian was spotted with F1 driver Lewis Hamilton frolicking in the white foamy surf at the beach in Malibu that some people think was a staged photo op.
Really? Well, she must have had something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I was white and foamy on camera was when Ray J beefed out his spunny shot after pulling out of my Stunkle slit skin in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95. Even I get tongue-tied with it.
Yeah, no, I imagine. Kaylin?
Oh, I never got that done and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but she once got cooter gack on the meat whistle. A little panty cheese on the womb dagger.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I bludgeoned that fetus wig until my junk looked like an aardvark eating from a bucket of Chobani. Your mother. You know, it reminded me of the time we were at Tommy Lasorda's slip and slide party and a drunk Phyllis Diller stumbled headfirst onto the tarp, lost her bikini bottom, and came to a stop halfway down the slide. What started as a hilarious moment quickly turned tragic. Without looking, a baby-oiled Emmanuel Lewis ran and jumped onto the slip and slide at full speed, stuffed himself into the helplessly stopped Phyllis.
Oh, my God.
It was like watching a film birth being played backwards.
Oh, my God.
When I ran down there, finding only the poor little fella's feet sticking out, but luckily was able to grab him and yank him out of there. Unfortunately for both of us, Emmanuel wasn't breathing, and I had to perform mouth-to-mouth to revive him. Thankfully, he did make a full recovery, but ever since that day, I can't even be in the same room as a bowl of sweet and sour soup. Join me for more fireside chats with Caitlin.
Yes.
And that is your Hollywood Trash on Rock 102.
With Bax and Nagle on Rock 102, the Pioneer Valley forecast is brought to you by...
We do this every shingle day.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch, brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware with Scott's 4-Step, 4 easy steps to an awesome lawn.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, there you go. Yesterday was the first round of the NFL draft, and as you may know, the Patriots traded the 31st overall pick with Buffalo to move up a few notches in exchange for a 4th-round pick. As a result, the Patriots selected 6'6" 313-pound defensive tackle Caleb Lomu from Utah with the 28th overall pick. How's that young behemoth going to work out? I have no idea. All I know is he's an absolutely enormous young man with, proportionally speaking, longer arms, and that's good enough for me. Now, as you know, the Patriots still have a second-round pick, a third-round pick, one in the fourth, one in the fifth, three in the sixth, and one in the seventh. Today, the Patriots will work on who they'll pick for the second and third round. Tomorrow, on the other hand, they'll pick everybody else. And when I say they, I mean everybody except Mike Vrabel. He'll be missing the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh round because he'll be busy undergoing marriage counseling. Now, the good news is most sessions only last about an hour, followed by 9 to 10 hours of the silent treatment, which means that if Mike Vrabel plays his cards very carefully, he could still receive text and quiet phone calls about which players are available and how much time is left in the clock. Now, I realize that his marriage to Mrs. Vrabel potentially hangs in the balance, what with the most recent photo dump of him and that unemployed lady from the papers. But let's all be reasonable here. It's the NFL draft. Sure, your marriage is important, but so is trying to figure out what you're going to do with all those sixth-round draft picks. Marriage, after all, is a lifetime commitment. The draft is only 3 days long. He's got time to fix his marriage. But the draft, now you're talking about a real time crunch. So let's get our priorities straight and get back on track, because this sort of stuff is much more important. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You know, July will be too late to rescue your lawn, but go to Rocky's now for Scott's 4-step. 4 simple steps to a healthy lawn all summer long. It's almost time for step 1, so get cracking. Go to Rocky soon. Get Scott's 4-step for $95 with your Ace Rewards card. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 6:11 and Fleetwood Mac with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be a nice day today. Sunny with a high of 60. And tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 56. It's 42 in downtown Springfield.
Good open line Friday this morning, brought to you by K&B Diversified. And we will review the rules later on this morning so that everyone's on the same page and we understand how this thing goes and how we can make this enjoyable for all of us, not just Vince the Plumber and Macadamian.
Yeah, that would be. Some guy last night, I was at the shortstop. Did you ever hear this $20 dinner at a comedy show thing?
No, do tell.
Yeah, every Thursday night we have this $20 dinner at a comedy show. I really wish I should talk more about it, but maybe some other
why
time.
are you keeping it to yourself?
I don't know. This one guy goes, "Is Vince the Plumber here?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "I just really wanted to see what that guy looks like."
He looks like a plumber.
He looks like a guy, a plumber named Vince. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, that's about it.
So, anyway, he wasn't there.
Yeah,
maybe he'll come back someday.
He'll be back. He's that guy's never going away.
You know, maybe with all the trade he's getting from Plimpton and Hills and Eddie's package store, that he could possibly,
I've had a lot of people
buy a $20 ticket.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people ask me, "Hey, why do you take his phone calls? Why is there a way to not pick up the phone when he calls?" We have caller ID, but when he calls, it just says wireless caller. And there's no way for me to know whether it's him or Mike the lawn guy or anybody else for that matter.
Yeah, we don't know who's calling. So,
but let's try not to hear from the same people. Let's get a few more first time callers. That would be fun to do for a while.
First time callers, long time listeners. I like those.
Yeah, I'll hang up and listen to your response.
It's always nice meeting new people,
isn't it?
Yes,
it really is.
There was something I was going to talk about. Now I can't remember. Oh, I was talking about my kid had a game yesterday at like 11 o'clock in the morning during school break. When do they start doing that?
They call it vacation for a reason, to give kids the break from teachers, and they give it to the teachers too to get a break from the kids.
I mean, I don't remember. I remember practice was optional if you were like around during winter break,
right?
You could go, and if you were, some kids went on vacation, some kids didn't, and the ones that didn't, you're welcome to come to wrestling practice at the school. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, there was no matches. There was no events going on.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that either. But you know what I found, and I think this continues too. The thing about youth sports, is this complete. How shall I put this?
Religious institution that I'm tithing my money to?
No, but that's one of the things that that's also true. There's this intentional avoidance of convenience.
Yeah.
How many times you say, "Hi, I'm the coach of your daughter's softball team. Our first practice will be in an hour."
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, and it's mandatory, and you have to bring $200. It's like people's lives don't operate that way.
Well, some do.
Some do, but some parents work at 11 o'clock on a Thursday morning.
I couldn't even get to the game. The thing, it was out in the Berkshires. It was out
it's not
Sheffield, and I'm like, well, by the time I get out of here and go all the way to Sheffield, there's no way I'm going to even. By the time I get there, the game will be over.
Right.
So I didn't go, and then but it was just it's just a weird day to have a game in the middle of the week.
I really believe that those that run youth sports, either don't have children of their own, or this is the only thing that they do with their children.
Well, it'll be interesting to find out, and if anybody knows, you can text us on the Route 10 Tire Listen Line. Who schedules that stuff? Is it the MIAA, or is it the high schools themselves? Or
I think it's a coordinated effort, because in some towns you have a finite number of fields, and you have a finite number of teams. So you have to figure out, okay, how can we make these schedules work? There are certain leagues, certain sports that have the baseball field at this time. And that means, your team can only have it at this time. And the problem with that is you got these fields being used all day long. Someone's going to have to be inconvenienced. But the idea that you could just take time out of your busy schedule at work to bring your kid to a baseball game is bizarre to me.
I got to tell you, I think there's nothing more annoying than having two teams play right next to each other on back-to-back fields where the line is separated by people who are watching one game and watching another game.
Right.
Like some chairs are turned to the left, some chairs are turned to the right.
So you're not seeing where the foul balls are going?
Right. And there's no games that are there were two different. It was a boys baseball team and a girls softball team.
Yeah.
Right back to each other. And it's like, this is really confusing because people are like, yeah. And then they go, boo. You go back and forth on the same line.
And you got people from the crowd say, hey, let's hear some chatter out there. And all of a sudden, you got all the chatter, hey, better swing.
Swing.
And the first pitch hasn't even been thrown yet.
Yeah. And you're like,
they're switching pitchers on the mound.
Yeah, it's a weird, spot to be in these youth sports.
It's a weird spot to be in. It's also kind of weird when you're people watching the parents that did make it to the game at 11 o'clock on a Thursday during vacation week.
Yeah.
Like there's something with some parents and their kids in sports which is completely miswired. And I don't know what it is. Like, you have this expectation that your 10-year-old kid is somehow going to get scouted for a college scholarship. And within 2 or 3 years, you'll be signing your first NIL contract with your 12-year-old.
I don't see it that way. Like, I see it as, okay, I didn't force my kid to do this. I went along with it, is what I did.
Sure.
But I don't force them into doing something that I get what you're saying, because I'm realistic.
Not you, certainly not me, but I've seen that in other parents who really believe, my kid is the greatest field hockey player in America at 7 years old.
You can definitely see that sometimes when you're walking around, like which one, feels that they're no superiority in my child.
Yeah,
not yours.
Right.
That's like I'm just here. I'm here when the snack bar opens. Are we having chili dogs again tonight?
Yeah, listen, all I care about is grabbing the chair I got from Home Depot.
Yeah.
Sitting out here with a small cooler of beverages and eating some snacks, and getting back in the car and going home, and pretending this never happened.
Yeah. I'm just like, as long as both teams had fun. That's the kind of mentality I have.
See, that's the way it should be. Mm-hmm. There are benefits to team sports for kids, but on the other hand, if your kid's in 9 different teams, and you're playing 9 different sports, and you're going to 9 different events in a single day, that's a lot.
What is the correct amount of passion to have for a youth sports team? I mean, there are people who get excited, and it's nice to see people cheering on the kids, but then it gets to the point where there's that was a bad call, and it's like, okay, it's just a game.
Yeah.
It's just a youth sports game.
Sometimes I think there's a very thin line between road rage, being a Karen, and a parent of a kid athlete.
Yeah.
There's a very thin line that separates those extreme personality types. And I don't know what that really is. I don't know what motivates one from the other. But it seems to be the kind of people that are easily outraged and driven to some sort of manic reaction.
Like they're missing out on something that they never got to experience.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's that. Or perhaps it's just a level of self-indulgence, self-importance, and also a level of self-hatred, all mixed at once.
Well, you know what? Whatever is going on with this whole thing, I'm just looking forward to spending a weekend in Tewksbury.
Has there been a parent in Western Mass that has not said the very same thing?
I bet you there was lots of
Of
parents.
all the things I had to endure this week, at least I can look forward to Tewksbury.
Yeah, for $199 a night at a Holiday Inn, because that's the booked rate, because the World Cup is in town.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so it's the cheapest hotel you're going to find.
In
Tewksbury.
breezy Tewksbury.
Beautiful Tewksbury.
It's 622 and Rock.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 628 and Sublime on Rock 102.
Sublime. Liam, that guy, he'll have the full forecast for you.
For those of you who have already signed up for Pick Your Project, good on you. But for those who have not, the deadline to sign up is today at noon. Pick Your Project. Could win a $5,000. Brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements. If you've got a project in your house you want to get done, you can do it with one of our sponsors with Pioneer Concrete Coating, Chameleon Remodeling and Painting, 21st Century Pools and Spas, Contractors Electrical Plus, or with Dave Miner. And if you want to do it, you just go to rock102.com, but you got to sign up before today at noon Eastern Time. Then one winner will be chosen at random soon after that. It's Pick Your Project from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
That's. I wish I had $5,000.
I wish we could participate in so many Rock 102 contests.
Yeah, $5,000 would go a long way.
Yes, it would.
Could get some. I don't know. What do you think? Gutters. Get some siding.
I frankly could use a new roof.
What else? What else could you get? A roof, a shed.
You could do that. Maybe some windows. What have you.
A little. I like what have yous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't picked my project yet.
Are you ready to laugh or what?
Yes, I'm waiting on you.
Then maybe you should go to a different radio show because this is not going to be funny.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you,
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
Golfing joke, since we're right on a golf course here and things are in full swing this past week.
Full swing.
Yeah. Jim and Bob are golfing together on a Sunday morning.
Jim and Bob.
Yeah, they're both on the green, which was near a county highway. As Jim lines up his putt, a funeral procession goes by on the highway. Jim immediately stops, takes off his hat, and bows his head. Bob is impressed. Wow, Jim, that's a really profound sign of respect. I'm impressed. And Jim goes, well, Bob, we were married for 41 years. It's the least I could do. It's his wife in the funeral procession.
He's golfing. He had tea time.
Well, because he was not going to give up that time. I mean, you know how hard it is to get on that course?
She's still going to be dead after the round is done.
Oh, that county highway golf course?
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, yeah. Ta-da.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
Here's your Western Mass News.
Before, with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102, it's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. A suspect was arrested Wednesday evening in connection with the murder of his wife inside of Hotel UMass. The Northwestern DA's office states that the preliminary investigation indicates that both McDonald and his wife were both employees at UMass and Amherst. It's the suspect, 36-year-old Jeffrey McDonald of Wilbraham, was arraigned in Eastern Hampshire District Court yesterday morning. He pleaded not guilty to one charge of murder and one charge of assault and battery upon a police officer. Police were called to an emergency situation in room 413 at the Hotel UMass at approximately 7:45 p.m. on Wednesday. Officers found a woman dead, and her injuries indicated an apparent violent assault. When police encountered McDonald at the scene, a violent struggle took place. McDonald allegedly threw things at the officers and hit one of them multiple times in the face. Court documents state that after McDonald was taken into custody and spoke with investigators, he, quote, admitted that he had intentionally beaten his wife to death using... Okay, we don't need to get into the details of that. The documents further state that it was his intent to kill her in doing so. McDonald works as a chef at the UMass Campus Center and was named the American Culinary Federation chief in the year of 2025. The incident is being investigated by UMass Amherst Police, the Mass State Police Detective Unit, and the Mass Crime Scene Services Section. I guess this was pretty brutal.
Everything I read about it, this is an awful story on every level.
And more just awful news. A man has died after an officer-involved shooting on Wednesday in West Springfield. The Hamden DA's office states that at approximately 9:51 p.m. on Wednesday, officers were sent to George Street in West Springfield for a reported domestic disturbance. When officers arrived, they found a man armed with multiple kitchen knives. Due to the circumstances that remained under investigation, an officer discharged his service weapon, striking the man. The man was taken to Bay State Medical Center, where he later died. After a preliminary investigation, it was learned that the man became combative with officers while armed and conducted energy weapon was deployed, a taser, but proved ineffective before the use of deadly force. Neighbors on George Street are speaking out on the following incident, with some expressing concern for their safety, but police have assured that there is no danger to the public. So the whole thing is still under investigation. I'm trying to find a better,
something
positive,
a little more upbeat. My God, this is like the worst newscast I've ever heard.
What about East Tampon, Mass?
East Hampton.
Sure. Have you ever been there?
I
believe it's pronounced East Tampon.
It's East Hampton, but yes, go on.
East Tampon faces a structural budget deficit of $6.4 million for the upcoming fiscal year 2027, prompting Mayor Salem Derby, I like that
That's
name,
the greatest name,
to announce a fiscal crisis. Well, I don't like the sound of that. The city is now pushing for a tax override, with a budget task force recommending a proposed $6.9 million increase in property taxes. Derby stated the proposed override would help the city manage expenses and close the budget gap. The deficit stems from the rising cost of running the city, which has exceeded the current tax-based capacity to fund it. Mayor Derby clarified that this situation does not indicate mismanagement or a mistake. It does not mean we had a bad year. It does not mean that someone made a mistake.
But what it does mean is if you are a homeowner, then you will have a bad year.
Homeowner says what?
Kind of expecting, kind of hoping, kind of fishing there a little bit.
I know.
But if you're a homeowner, you're going to have a bad year.
I know you were trying to go for a joke, but my mind is confused going, well, where is the misstep then?
Well, Steve, life is expensive, and things are getting more expensive every passing day. And, really, the only way to get out of a crisis is to tax the living bejesus out of everybody in your town.
He added, well, that's a good way to do it, I guess. He added that the gap was primarily driven by significant increases in special education and student transportation costs. Rapidly growing employee benefits, health insurance, retirement contributions, and post-employment obligations also contribute to the financial pressure. Am I, kind of living in a different planet when I'm thinking most of this could be solved with a simple audit that for the state, because a lot of that money goes to cities and towns in Massachusetts and subsidies and whatnot.
That's right.
perhaps an audit of how the finances are being spent at the state level,
Steve,
has an effect on how all ththese towns are struggling. He says, well, it's not unique to East Hampton. No, it isn't. But there's...
You talk about this audit, but what you may not realize is that if the audit were to take place, then there may be millions of dollars that may be found that may no longer be in the pockets of certain bureaucrats in the state.
Right, because
what will they do?
Because they spent that money
on very important things.
I'm
sure.
It's just, these people are crying, oh my God, everybody's in a financial crisis. Even the individuals that you're trying to squeeze more money out of.
Yeah.
Can we not, look at how money is spent?
No.
And then decide, okay, I can see where an increase might be warranted here, but if you don't have the data to back that up.
Steve, that on the outside makes so much sense, but on the inside, who would suffer as the result of the audit? And can we really afford to upset those people?
I don't know if you can or not.
Exactly my point.
A tourist to Italy caused small but significant damage to a fountain in Florence on Saturday as part of a premarital dare, officials said.
A double dog dare?
Yeah, the tourist, identified only as a 28-year-old woman, later admitted to scaling part of the Fountain of Neptune in Florence's Piazza della Signoria. It's Piazza della Signoria. Ow!
What you do in the fountain?
During a pre-wedding challenge to touch the Neptune statue's private parts, according to a translated press release from the city of Florence. In trying to reach the statue, the woman reportedly said she had climbed over a railing and stepped on a carved marble horses that are depicted as pulling Neptune's chariot. Is that a euphemism for his private parts?
No, but apparently
Neptune is pulling his chariot.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
Yeah, that's right. Does your chariot or does your Neptune swing low?
Does it wobble to and fro?
Local police reportedly caught the woman in the act and questioned her. A team of specialists later visited the fountain to assess the damage. The inspection revealed small but significant damage to both of the hooves of the horses she had ridden and to a frieze she had held on to prevent slipping, according to the city. Local judicial authorities will determine the next steps. The Fountain of Neptune, also known as Biancone, was commissioned by a 16th century Duke of Florence and situated in Piazza del Signoria in the latter half of the 1500s. So it's kind of old.
Well, it probably needed some repairs anyway.
The fountain has been vandalized numerous times over the centuries, in part due to its prominent position in the city's most important square, because everybody wants to touch the guy's private parts. Who doesn't want to cup Neptune's wiener boobs and show off? Hey, look at this!
Look at Neptune's trident right in my hands.
Yeah, look at this historical land that we're in with that's thousands and thousands of years old. What do? We're taking selfies with Neptune's Thor hammer.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, how many times have you seen statues that have been, I don't want to say vandalized, but maybe manipulated in some way for the purposes of hilarious jokes or selfies?
Hey, listen, I wouldn't jump over a fence to do it, but if it was like an open statue that everybody was allowed to, lean up against on or whatever, I would totally take the opportunity to make some sort of genital joke.
Of course you would.
Because why not?
Because, we're middle-aged men, but with a 12-year-old mentality. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Like if I told you to pull my finger, you'd do it, and we both laugh about it.
But if it requires some sort of act of climbing on something and to get over it, to get into it, it's not worth the humiliation that you will receive when you get arrested for trespassing on something you shouldn't have been near to begin with.
Well, that's a youngster's game, scaling fences and stuff. How old was she? 28?
28, yeah.
28, okay.
She's
still young enough.
Yeah. Oh, my God, we're getting married. Let me hold the balls of Neptune. honey, you can't get in there. It's railed off. I can climb over that. Do you know how many? What kind of sambucas? What has she been drinking? Sambucas in Italy?
Yeah, maybe.
You know how many sambucas I had? We can do this.
By the way, this is the last time I'll ever touch balls again.
What? Yeah.
We get married.
Yeah.
Never do this again.
Yeah. See that shiny ring on my finger? It's the last time you'll ever see him near a pair of these.
I mean, I'll be taking yours away for years to come, but these are the last time I'm holding on to it.
I got yours right in my purse.
I'm making earrings out of yours. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at the wiener boobs on your ears. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be sunny with a high of 60. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 56. It's 42 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's just about 6:52, and the Rolling Stones with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be sunny today with a high of 60. It's 42 right now in downtown Springfield.
ZZ Top is coming to Mohegan Sun Arena with their special guest, George Thorogood and the Destroyers. And Rock 102 wants to send you to the show. The bad news is you got to listen to Pat Kelly every afternoon for your chance to win a pair of those tickets every afternoon today after during his show. For all the details, go to rock102.com/concerts from Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Tomorrow, over at Minnetonka High School in the morning is the Rick's Place Walk, Run, Remember for Rick's Place.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be over there doing the music and doing some MCing and whatnot. You can't get a T-shirt now. It's kind of past that whole thing. You're at the last minute registration, but there's still time to register. You can go to ricksplacema.org and sign up for the 5K there. The link pops right up as soon as you hit the webpage. So that'll
awesome.
be a great time, and gets bigger and bigger every year. So we're looking forward to it tomorrow.
People should support Rick's Place any way they can.
Yeah. It's a fun day, and it's supposed to be not too bad of a day either. I mean, it might a little cloudy. It's calling for, but it doesn't seem to be anything. It's look a great day for a run.
Yeah, it's a high of 64. I'm not high of 56 tomorrow. That'll be a nice day.
Yeah, if you're running, you're sweating.
Yeah,
nice cool 56. That'll be all right.
Now, is the walk the full 5K, or is that like a shorter, like a 2K, 2.5?
I believe they shorten that up because there's two different directions that it takes.
You know, I remember there was one year, and this goes back quite a long time. There was a charity. I think it was like the SIDS race for life.
Yeah,
and Richie Neal was involved in that, and we decided to walk it, and it was like from like downtown all the way up to like O'Brien's Corner, and that's a good lengthy stretch.
That is a long stretch, yeah.
And there's some interesting neighborhoods, and we decided to walk. But we had like two kids at the time, and I remember walking with one of those double strollers.
Yeah,
it was like gigantic double strollers.
And not even the bicycle one. It was the regular one with the little wheels on it.
Yeah, exactly. This is like, like one kid's in front of the other, and was it? No, it was a side-by-side, and it was absolutely enormous. And I remember trying to, like, push it up the hill and feeling like I was about to collapse, like I might as well have been running.
Yeah.
Because it felt like I was exerting that much energy pushing these two kids for 2.5 miles.
That was your Ironman competition.
Oh my gosh! I almost would have preferred swimming in a sewage-filled river than pushing that thing up a hill and then having to put it, collapse it on a bus and bring it all the way back downtown.
Well, the good news is we do the shortened length of the walk versus the I think it is 1.5 miles versus 3 miles.
Yeah, it was outrageous.
But the campus in Minnetonka is pretty nice. Nice place.
Well, that
to
whole
run.
area is a great place for that kind of thing.
For a run.
Yes.
And we had signs made up. You could have the deadline's passed for that, but you could have gotten memory signs made up. I got one for my wife. That says she would not have wanted this. Because she wouldn't have. She wouldn't have wanted her name. She would hate all of this stuff.
Right.
With the grieving and the.
But you had done plenty of stuff to disappoint her while she was alive. So what's the difference?
Yeah, it's true. It's like we're almost still married. You know,
Right. It's like she never left.
Yeah, the shenanigans continue.
That's right.
But that's tomorrow over at Minichaw. Go to ricksplacema.org to sign up.
Very good. It's 6:56 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
I had a Walkman stolen from me when I was a teenager at this like church thing.
Yeah.
You imagine that?
At a church?
Yeah.
What kind of rat bastard does that while you're in church?
Somebody who really wanted my Walkman, which was not even a real Walkman. It was one of those...
knockoffs?
The knockoff. Well, because I couldn't afford that. I mean, the Walkmans were expensive back in the day. They were like upwards of $50.
You know, that's the thing. You know, let's say you got the sticky fingers, right? Mm-hmm. And you're looking to steal stuff, and you see this knockoff Walkman.
Yeah.
Part of you is going to say, well, it's just a knockoff. They'll never miss it. Well, the reality could be that may be the only thing that you can afford.
Yeah.
And you may rely on that knockoff.
Yeah.
It may not be an expensive Walkman from the 80s, but it's an expensive piece of crap walk fella that you got at at a Marshall's.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know what you're stealing. You don't know how people are connected to the things you stole.
No, but most people don't care. They just see the item and they want it to go off with it.
Yes.
But you know what? Everything is fine now.
It's all resolved.
Thank you for bringing it back. Now bring the tent back.
And the sex toys.
Yeah. I would have to imagine that alcohol may have played a role in the decision of taking that.
Well, probably more so than the bacon.
Yeah.
Like, you had this like nitrate type of mania, or you're so high on the bacon.
High? Who's high? I'm high. You high?
I mean, I get a physical rush when I eat the bacon. Make no mistake, but not enough to go pinching stuff wherever I look.
It's dopamine, man.
I guess I don't know, kind of adrenaline you get from stealing umbrellas.
It's like having a hot item in your car. I got it. I'm running from the cops with this umbrella.
Yeah, it's not exactly the heist of the century. It's not like you're stealing like sports cars from a parking lot.
Hey, let me ask you this yesterday. Was your cooter shaking around 2 p.m. yesterday?
My cooter?
Yeah.
No.
A large earthquake struck right in the heart of an ancient seismic zone feared to one day bring a catastrophic natural disaster to the Midwest. The USGS detected a magnitude 4.0 quake less than a mile from the small Missouri city of Cooter at 1:59 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. Although Cooter has only a population of slightly over 300, we know the number's way higher than that.
Oh, yeah.
The seismic event has already been reported by over 500 people across 6 states. See, I knew you were lying.
I didn't feel...
I asked you what your body count was. You said 300. It's actually 5.
Listen, it's... Missouri is more than 1,000 miles away. Cooter, Missouri, even more so. So, I mean, how could I possibly feel a shaky cooter all the way here in Massachusetts?
Yeah, you'd be surprised what you can feel here in the Bay State.
I would have had to have my cooter directly on the ground at the time at exactly 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Central or 2 p.m. Eastern?
2 p.m. Eastern.
Because I did feel something around 3.
Well, then that was something else.
Why to bed?
This was like when you and John rode the footsies at the Big E the wrong way. That was a cooter shake.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was. It was.
The vibrating massage foot thing?
The footsie wootsy,
When you both sat down and straddled them like they were like a toy?
You know what? Yeah. That, surprisingly enough, that actually didn't feel all that good.
I can't imagine it would, but it was very funny for the video. I mean, that was the point.
You sacrifice for your art.
Yeah. It was felt by over 500 people across 6 states, including Arkansas, Illinois, Kentucky.
Steve, it's Arkansas, Illinois, and Kentucky.
And Tennessee.
It's pronounced Tennessee.
I don't think you've ever been to any of these places. According to the USGS...
I lived in Illinois.
Illinois.
You
made a lot of noise.
I made noise, but it's Illinois.
According to the USGS, the shockwaves were felt over a distance of more than 300 miles. Residents have reported light to moderate shaking throughout the region, but there have not been any reports of injuries from local news outlets. So the cooter is safe once again.
It's like that earthquake we had that one year. What was it, 2011? Same year with the tornado and the microburst, the ice storm.
We couldn't feel that tornado because we were on the tornado with Greg Neffinger.
And despite the size of the fault line of Greg Neffinger, we did not feel any shaking of the ground.
Sometimes I go back in my head and remember those moments of cringiness that we've experienced over the years. Like, that was a weird thing we did.
That whole day was surreal on a lot of levels. One, there was a guy I went to high school that showed up there.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen this guy in 30 years, and we weren't even really close friends. He just shows up. Weird, out of nowhere. Then we take that ride, and we take it with Greg Neffinger.
Yeah.
And I don't really know why Greg Neffinger wanted to be on that thing with the three of us. And I also remember the panic attack that John had going down that thing, too.
Well, it was the panic attack that ensued after we hit the water at the bottom where he supposedly injured his back, but he was fine the next day.
Of course.
I think he just didn't want to go on it again.
Well, the hyperventilating as we were going down that water slide, I think was enough for him. I think that's where I don't think it was at the bottom that was the problem. I think it was from the top
and
heading down.
And frankly, that was the right move on his part. And I wish I had come up with that scheme before he did.
Yeah.
Because it was a weird situation sitting with three grown men on a giant tube with all of our bare feet touching each other.
Yeah.
In a weird, just simple thing. And then, after this whole day is over, I'm getting updates on my phone going, hey, did you feel the earthquake? And I'm like, no, but I just went through a disaster on that tornado.
Yeah, we went through a totally different disaster.
Yeah, it was very cringy. But as far as the people of Cooter go, the people in the Cooter are good and safe. Yeah. Nobody got injured.
I'm glad everybody walked away with their lives intact.
Cooter is
their Cooter's still in good shape.
Now, Cooter's really hard to find. Like, you really gotta,
No, actually, the Cooter isn't hard to find. Certain locations
the
around
center of Cooter.
The center of Cooter.
Yeah.
Yes, that may be hard to. You may need a road map to help you navigate around Cooter.
Listen, if there's not a bar called the G Spot in Cooter, that's a missed marketing opportunity. You found the G Spot. You're right here. It's Fish Fry Friday here at the G Spot. Tomorrow night is Lo Mein night.
I have jokes I want to tell, but
tell them.
I can't even tell.
Come on, you can tell them. You don't think a stinky fish fry and Cooter on a Friday night at the G Spot is a place to be?
Yeah,
I mean, everybody's at Cooter. Everybody's at the G Spot on a Friday night.
Yeah, but you know what? There's also a fish fry at the ye old watering hole too. So you got to be think about that.
Yeah. What about the Camelot Inn over in
right.
What is it, Yarmouth? Yeah,
Camelot Inn in Yarmouth. Yeah. It's 7:23 on Rock 102.
Writer prescription required. See website for details.
It's 7:26 at Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam will have the full forecast for you.
This week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest has been rock journalist John Robb. His latest book, he's written like 9 of them, but his latest book is called Punk Rock Ruined My Life. Comes out on May 12th. It's a really interesting story about his own life and all the people he's interviewed and everything else. And he's also was in a band called The Membranes, which has been around for like 40 years or so. Real interesting guy. Monday, my guest is Greg Norton, the former bass player for the band Husker Du. His new band, Ultra Bomb, is about to release their third album called Bridges That We Burn on May 1st. It is awesome. And it's a band with Ryan Smith from Soul Asylum and Derek O'Brien from Social Distortion. Great stuff. And that's going to be coming up on Monday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and on the Rock 102 app. Everywhere you find podcasts for that matter. It's all brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
That sounds like a pretty cool episode.
He's been on before. And we've spoken privately a couple of times over the last year and a half. Great guy. So good interview on Monday.
Oh, look at you with the flex. We've spoken privately. He's coming to help me hang a garage door this weekend.
Yeah, right, yeah. But he's no Michael Bolton, but he's close.
You're not going to have pizza at Frank Pepe's with him?
No, well, listen, if Greg were in the area, yeah, maybe I'd take him to Frank Pepe's.
Yeah, he's a really good friend of mine. We just had pizza yesterday at Frank Pepe's, me and Michael Bolton.
You see, what Steve is doing is impersonating a former boss of ours who did, in fact, know everybody.
It was just, I tell you, that whole interaction with me trying to get a job here and talking to that man.
Yep.
When he was like asking about experience, and I said I once interviewed Michael Bolton, and then I'm waiting for him to be like, oh God, it was like Office Space when they were interviewing Michael Bolton. Oh, you must have all his albums. Oh yeah, every single.
I celebrate
one
his entire catalog.
So I was trying. I almost dove into this Michael Bolton sucks kind of thing, and I wasn't prepared for this interview, and I was completely wrong. So we were both sucky people.
Sure,
going at it. And this guy who's the boss, he's like, oh, yeah, Michael Bolton, him and I are good friends. He said pizza at Frank Pepe's with him over the weekend.
And the problem is that while it sounds like he's dropping names like...
No, he knew him.
He had pictures of him and Michael Bolton splitting a pie.
And Johnny Depp.
And Johnny Depp and him were close friends.
But yet, all of these people that he knew, we couldn't get interviews with any of them. They just don't want to be bothered with that.
Yeah.
Johnny's coming over with the raisin bean salad this weekend for the barbecue.
And he had pictures of him and Johnny splitting the 3-bean salad.
Yeah, we were lighting off firecrackers on the 4th.
And he's got pictures of them lighting off firecrackers.
Yeah, he's got he was a man of many resources.
He absolutely was. And none of them are photoshopped.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he's still around, still kicking.
Yeah.
Still hanging with Johnny Depp and Michael Bolton.
I can't believe Johnny got dragged through the mud like that by Amber. She never did that she never did that thing on the bed while we were over there for the barbecue.
It's 7:30. We got news next to Rock 102.
Here's your Western Mass News.
7:33 with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. A suspect was arrested Wednesday evening in connection with the murder of his wife inside of Hotel UMass. The Northwestern DA's office states that a preliminary investigation indicates that 36-year-old Jeffrey McDonald of Wilbraham and his wife were both employees at UMass Amherst. He was arraigned in Eastern Hampshire District Court yesterday morning, pleaded not guilty to 1 count of murder and 1 count of assault and battery upon a police officer. Police were called to an emergency situation in room 413 at the Hotel UMass at approximately 7:45 p.m. on Wednesday. Officers found a woman dead, and her injuries indicated an apparent violent assault. When police encountered McDonald at the scene, a violent struggle took place. McDonald allegedly threw things at the officers and hit one of them multiple times in the face. The university is offering support resources for employees and students at this time, and the entire thing is still under investigation. They'll have another court date. I don't know when that's going to be. 2 suspects are now in custody after a suspected armed robbery on Tuesday, just after noon. Officers responded to a reported robbery at a convenience store on Bridge Street. 47-year-old Madigal Rolone and 46-year-old Jessica Quiles allegedly stole items and threatened employees with knives. After they were forced out of the store by workers, city cameras helped police track them down to Main Street as they were boarding a bus. Didn't we read this one yesterday?
I think this was yesterday's news. I don't remember them being chased out of the store, though. I don't ever heard that detail.
Is updated as of an hour ago.
Well, then maybe there's new details about how they were chased away.
I don't think there is. Officers arrested the 2 and recovered the stolen items along with a large black knife, a baton, and a pocket knife.
Oh, yeah, I remember the baton. Was it like a cheerleading baton?
Yeah.
So twirling it in her hands and around her neck and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Throws it up in the air, spins around, catches it, brings it down the ground, brings it back up again.
Points it at somebody and goes, give me a C.
Yeah.
A. S. H, what's that spell? Cash. All of it in the drawer, in the bag.
Can you identify the suspect? Yes, she had lots of spirit. S-P-R-I-T, spirit.
The hooves of whores might not be as common in the parks around Hampden County as the sheriff's department continues its sweeping cuts.
Steve, I believe that's the hooves of horses.
Oh.
Most area whores do not have hooves.
I thought it was patrol whores.
No.
Because it says patrol whores
horses.
are mostly seen in places like in Forest Park, because that kind of makes sense.
You will see horses in Forest Park.
The Hampden County Sheriff's Office announced in March that they would be cutting back on spending, and it's impacting the last active mounted patrol squad in the state. See, they are whores. They're mounting them.
No, Steve. They are riding the horses.
All right.
In order to ride a horse, you must mount the horse.
Otherwise,
there's no way the horse will trust you.
This story is a tad confusing. The unit is now officially part-time, with half of the staff being cut and 6 of the 11 horses being rehomed. The remaining are going to be utilized in 2 ways. Equine therapy sessions at schools, senior centers, and with prisoners, as well as continued role in enforcement.
Well, of course they're going to put these horses through therapy. They just lost their jobs.
I think that when you have horses involved, and let's just say a very crowded area, one horse does the work of about 15 police officers or people trying to control the crowd, according to Sheriff Nick Cochee.
All right, Steve, I'm just going to just say this. I know Nick Cochee. Nick Cochee is a friend of mine. That is no Nick Cochee.
Are you sure?
Positive.
For the officers that work every day with them at Mounted Patrol, it hasn't been easy. We come in and we love these horses. We treat them like they're our own. They're our partners. According to Connie Burke, the deputy chief of the mounted unit.
I don't know Connie Burke, but I am quite certain she does not sound
like Barry White.
Like Barry White.
How do you know? You don't know.
1, I don't know any women that sound like Barry White. And then 2, I don't know what kind of experience Barry White had with horses while he was still alive.
Horses like...
I have a sense that if Barry tried to mount a horse, he would drive their hooves into the ground.
Oh, yeah. Horses like Autumn are essential at keeping the community safe, like at Forest Park, where they can be seen a couple of times a week. That's where you'd mostly find these mounted patrols out in the area, in large parks and in public gatherings, as they give officers an advantage on any terrain. In response to the cutbacks from the county sheriff, Springfield police are providing some of their own patrol to these areas. What, are they going to pretend they're the horse and the sheriff's deputies ride them?
I don't know. Now, will these horses be losing their benefits?
Yeah, I don't know.
Insurance, 401k,
retirement.
I don't know. Maybe there's a pension. Maybe there had been a pension plan. I mean, what happens to those benefits?
What about their glue funds?
Steve, that's insensitive and crazy.
Well, you don't know what's going to happen to the
Most
horse.
preposterous thing in this whole story.
Sheriff Cochee told Western Mass News that it comes down to the resources that are coming from the state. I'll say this, and I'll say it 100 times. Regional equity in Massachusetts is important, and the resources in Western Mass are nowhere near the resources distributed in the Boston area, east of Worcester.
To reiterate, I know Nick Cochee.
Well, you told me he didn't sound like the other things, and now I'm trying a different voice.
He doesn't sound quite like that either, Steve.
He insisted that while it might be few and far in between, the unit will still be
the unit
ready to serve the community.
Well, listen, probably a good choice. Horses love the park.
Yeah, they love the park.
So if you're enjoying a nice picnic in the park and you hear the clippity clops of part-time horses, question this: what do they do on the other half of their time?
Wasn't that the Stevie Wonder song, Part-Time Horses?
Part-time, yes, right.
Yeah.
Part-time horses.
Oh, maybe something for the 80s at 8, Bax.
Yeah.
Or the 70s at 7.
That was 80s. That was 80s. Part-time lover was 80s.
Part-time lover?
Yes.
Yeah. Part-time lover horses.
I like it.
Nicotine use, especially among teenagers, has been a hot button topic in our area for years now.
You like a hot button?
I love hot buttons. So with places like North Tampon even going so far as to ban sales outright to protect students.
That's Northampton. Steve.
Sure it is. The question remains, what can you do to prevent your kid from picking up nicotine? And if they do, how can you help? Well,
you can borrow some of mine.
Listen, if you want your cigarette butts picked up off your front lawn, if the kid smokes one or two of them, I mean, it's not a big deal as long as they're being picked up.
I don't think that's the point in Northampton. They want a smoke-free society.
Listen, I told my kids, you go down to the street, pick up those nip bottles there. If you pour all the little drops of all of those nip bottles that you find, you probably get one nip.
And you can split it amongst yourselves.
And you don't have to worry about disease because it's alcohol and it kills all the germs from somebody's backwash.
Actually, Steve, if you have someone's mouth has been all over the nip bottle, so I wouldn't necessarily suggest that to your kids.
I'm trying to clean up the environment and promote healthy drinking.
I understand your intent, Steve, and it's noble for sure. But I'm just, from a public safety standpoint, I'm not so sure that having your kids squeeze out what's left of a nip bottle and then drinking it is such a good idea.
You don't think there's somebody who's done that before in an act of desperation?
I think you'd probably be better off pouring all the booze in a dirty ashtray and guzzling it down.
What about those people who drink vanilla extract for a good quick buzz or mouthwash?
It doesn't work.
I'm sure it would work.
You have any idea, one, how much mouthwash you'd have to guzzle down to catch a buzz?
I don't know.
A lot. And you know how much vanilla extract you gotta drink?
Yeah, but I don't think when you're an alcoholic you care. You see, I remember watching those intervention shows, and the guy was drinking mouthwash every morning. He was drinking Listerine straight from the bottle.
Yeah, but you couldn't smell the minty. You couldn't smell the alcohol in his breath.
Yes, you could.
In that case, he smelled like cinnamon.
Still processes the same way. Anyway, Western Mass News is getting answers on how you can help create a nicotine-free generation. When I said, how do we create a nicotine-free generation? I said, you know what? Let's ask Western Mass News.
Step one, stop smoking.
In high schools across the country, the nicotine-free generation has been more like the free nicotine generation, and with companies now coming out with hidden devices like Benjamin, a little vape product, along with vaporless products like Zins, keeping tabs on your kids' safety is harder than ever. Are there people getting addicted to the thing that's supposed to make you quit?
Yeah.
So kids are like, you know what? If I can't smoke a cigarette, let me get a packet. Let me get a tin of Zins.
It's not even so much that what they're inhaling on vapes is the addictive substance. It's the addiction is the physical action of going to the vape. And that's, so the thing that was designed to help you quit is actually introducing you to new addictions.
Too much nicotine can be hazardous to your health at one time, but It's not the killer. The killer is the carcinogens that are in the vapes or the cigarettes or whatever else that is delivering that nicotine.
Right.
So what's the big deal? Everybody start getting addicted to pouches that just contain nicotine in them.
That's a good question, Steve. I think because nicotine is an addictive substance.
I'm just asking questions as if I was smoking a bong on a Friday night. This is how I read the news.
I see, yes.
These are my questions that I have. How does that work?
Steve,
the mind of a stoner.
Here's a suggestion that you might want to consider.
Yeah.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should get a van, sell all our stuff, and just drive west.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
You and me, man.
We could do it.
Ride to die.
We could get. We could make we could smoke weed all across the country.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just you and me, man.
Contemplate life and talk about
like all of the world's many philosophical questions,
like how this is all made up, and we're just part of a simulation, man.
Yeah, like why do they call it jumbo shrimp when shrimp are called shrimp?
I don't know. That's a good question, man.
Right?
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Those are the kinds of things I think about.
Wow, you just blew my mind.
Ain't that the truth?
All right, load up the VW bus and let's get cracking. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be sunny. Nice day with a high of 60. It is 43 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:53. And Aerosmith with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It's going to be a nice day today. Sunny and a high of 60. It is 45 right now in downtown Springfield.
As you know, Steve, we've been talking about Pick Your Project for weeks.
Yes.
Weeks and weeks. And we've been telling people that if you want to win $5,000, it's pretty simple to do, but you got to sign up before noon today. Today is it. If you
don't do it by noon today, you are ass out. You're not going to get anything.
If you sign up at 12:01, forget it. You know, we give you plenty of warning. You got to do it by noon today. Otherwise, you can win $5,000 to Pick Your Project and fund a project in your home with folks from like Home Outlet, Toro Shower Doors, Ace Signature Fence, Aqua Pump, Luso Federal Credit Union, or Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements. It's Pick Your Project. Today is the deadline from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
So you better get it done.
You know, it's wild to me how many people won't go online until 12:05 hoping to sign up, regardless of the fact that we've been telling you for weeks.
Yeah.
April 24th by noon.
I don't know.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do to tell you people to shape up or ship out?
You know what? We've done all we can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to them now. We have done our duty.
Yes.
All right?
Duty.
A Missouri man accused of drinking.
Right.
I'm sorry. Dancing naked, which is, I think he was drinking. A Missouri man accused of dancing naked at an Aldi grocery store earlier this month now faces a criminal charge. Prosecutors in Boone County. I wonder if that's where Cooter is in Missouri.
Good question.
Charged Sidney Jones, 41, of Columbia, with one misdemeanor count of first-degree sexual misconduct. According to the Columbia Police probable cause statement, around 6:30 p.m. on April 18th, police responded to a report of a naked man dancing in the vestibule of an Aldi. Who wants Aldi's nuts? Aldi's nuts in your face.
I'll stand in line for all these nuts.
The probable cause statement did not disclose the specific location. I wonder if it was the Aldi's nuts in Cooter.
I don't know if they could fit all these nuts in Cooters.
You don't think so?
It's a very small area.
Yeah, I know, but they said it was 300 people, and we've come to find out it was 500 people. I'm pretty sure they could fit a lot of Aldi's nuts in Cooter.
Perhaps.
Yeah,
maybe.
A witness told police that multiple children were present at the store, and adults tried to hide their children and prevent them from seeing the man, later identified as Jones. Surveillance video reviewed in the case shows Jones parking a vehicle, walking into the vestibule, taking off his clothes, then dancing inside and outside the vestibule, according to the probable cause statement. Well, he's just living his best life.
That's it.
What's wrong with that?
That's all he's doing.
Don't you ever feel the need, like you want to walk into a Costco and just take your clothes off and dance around and eat samples?
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Of course I have.
Why is everybody getting all upset? It's just naked people.
I mean, on that one day, nobody wanted to eat the salmon cakes anymore. But you know what? Hey, I had my thrill.
You ever been doing Aldi's?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I actually like Aldi's.
I do too.
Yeah.
But that would be the perfect place to dance naked inside and outside the vestibule. The only thing is, where do you hold the quarter to put into the cart?
Let's put it this way: I give the bagging area a whole new purpose.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
There's a blockage in the bagging area when you're self-checking out.
Did you bring your own bag? Oh, I brought my own bag.
Anyway, oh my God, look at the time.
It's 7:57 with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102.
The news.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:11 and AC/DC with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102.
It's going to be sunny today with a high of 60. It is 45 in downtown Springfield.
And now, live from the Richard Grieco Studios in East
Longmeadow,
Massachusetts, it's
Open Live Friday! Okay, 293-1021. It's our time for Open Line Friday. That's the phone number, brought to you today by K&B Diversified, Connecticut's go-to for excavation and demolition. Now, we all know the rules, so let's review one more time in case there's anyone who's unclear. No foul language, no hate speech, try not to act like a dink, and get to your point in 30 seconds or less. If we can do that, then K&B will have spent their money wisely. So let's all try to follow along. And oh my gosh, Steve, look at the phones are already blowing up.
Well, we're waiting.
Rock 102, good morning, who's this?
Hey, it's the Hawkman calling.
Hey, Hawkman, what's up?
How you guys doing today?
We're doing okay. What's on your mind?
So you two want new callers to call in the open lines. What's up with that?
Well, you see, Hawkman, there are some people, and I'm not naming names or pointing fingers, who call every single week and say nothing.
Well, you know, Bax, beggars can't be choosers, you know.
Ooch, that pierces my skin.
I feel like someone has a little bit of selectman air of arrogance now. Somebody got into a position of power and now is judging other people.
He's drunk with power is what he's got right now.
Delusional.
Yes. Well, how about those apples?
Well, how about those Red Sox, and how about the Patriots not getting the Heisman Trophy quarterback last night?
Oh my God, I'm having a hard time hearing what's going on the phone right now. I'm so sorry. Rock 102, good morning, who's this?
Good morning, gentlemen. Scooter from Post 9397. How y'all doing today?
What's up, Scooter?
How
What's
you doing,
going
Scooter?
on?
What's going on at the VFW this weekend?
Not much. Tonight we got from 3 to 6, DJ Bob. And from 7 to 10, we have Drop of a Hat, and the kitchen will be open.
Whoa. DJ Bob?
Oh, yeah.
The DJ Bob?
Yep.
Like the
DJ
one
Bob.
and only DJ Bob.
Oh, yeah.
DJ Bob is
DJ
going to
Bob.
be in Hamden.
Yep.
Oh, my God. That's the hottest ticket of the year. DJ Bob? I haven't seen DJ Bob since he was in Munson.
How's that guy get all the big gigs? That's what you want to know.
I don't know. But, the kitchen will be open from 2 o'clock this afternoon till about 9:30 tonight.
Yeah,
All right.
whatever. DJ
Have
Bob
a
is
beer.
the main event.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, it's always a good time at the V. No question about it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
All right.
You guys have a great time.
Did you ever
All right,
eat at the
Scooter.
V?
I have, and it's quite good. Surprisingly delicious.
Fish fry tonight.
Rock 102, good morning, who's this?
Good morning. This is Melissa from Collins Tavern in West Springfield. How are you?
Uh-oh.
What's up, Melissa?
Oh, no, it's not. It's not an uh-oh. It's all about our Terry, the bartender.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mentioned Terry the other day, and Terry,
I love that.
he's got good customer service skills for some people.
For some people, that's true. But you want to hear something really funny, and this is the God's honest truth.
Yeah.
He is a Howdy Award-winning bartender. I just want to know how.
I want to know how that is, too.
You want a Howdy Award?
Oh, man. Every time I go in there, it's like, what do you want?
Exactly. And if his leg is up, do not interrupt.
All
He
right.
has the biggest following. I don't get it, but I just wanted to say you were spot on with your comments about Terry.
But that's
He's
what,
one of a kind.
But that's what makes it so special.
Yeah,
that's the experience.
That's part of the
you'll get
charm of
when you-
Collins.
It really is that and my attitude.
There you go.
It doesn't get better.
All right, Melissa.
All right, have a great day, guys.
You too.
All right,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Okay, Rock 102, good morning, who's this?
It's Duckman.
What's up, Duckman?
I got another joke.
All right.
Is it clean?
It's clean as a whistle.
All right, Duckman.
All right,
Let's
Duckman.
go.
All right, so there was this guy. He's a little bit overweight, and he wants to lose some pounds. So he decides to go to this clinic where you pay money to lose weight. So he tells the receptionist, I like to lose 5 pounds. She says, okay, that'll cost you $50. Go to room A. So he goes to room A. He opens the door. Beautiful blonde. 24, 36, 24, naked. And it says on her stomach, if you catch me, I'm yours. So he chased her and chased her and chased her, never caught her. So he thought that was great, and he went back the next day and he said, okay, I'd like to do it again. And the lady goes, okay, the receptionist, and says, how much you want to lose this time? He said, let's go with 10 pounds. She says, okay, that'll be $100. So it says, go to room C. So he goes to room C, he opens the door, beautiful brunette, 24, 34, 36, and naked, and on her stomach says, if you catch me, I'm yours. Chased her, never caught her, nothing. He said, that was beautiful. I want to do this one more time. So he went to the receptionist, and it says to the receptionist, I'd like to lose 60 pounds. And she goes, okay, that'll be $300. Go to room A. He goes to room A, he opens the door. There's this 90-year-old lady. We won't go in what her directions are. And anyways, she's naked, and it says on her stomach, if I catch you, you're mine.
See, because it's the opposite. It's a switcheroo. He'll be running away from
forever.
Her. Yeah.
All right, good joke. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay.
All right.
Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, Bax and Steve. This is Billy Bob from Bay State.
Hey, Billy Bob.
How you doing, Billy?
Good. Hey, I just wanted to let you guys know I'm leaving Bay State, and I got promoted to Executive Director of Marketing at the Blue Room Cafe Bar and Grill.
Whoa.
That's a big jump.
Who's going to be cooking turkey dinners at Bay State?
I don't know, Steve. We recommended you and Bax to come on down and give it a shot. You know, you have to take a cooking test, but I think you guys can pass. It's very easy.
Well, congratulations on your new gig, Billy. That's awesome.
All right, guys.
I would never be able to copy Wolfgang Benko.
Oh, come on. How about Emeril Lagasse?
No, Emeril Benko. Gordon Benko.
Gordon Benko. That's right, yes.
You guys have a great weekend,
You
okay?
too.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, gentlemen. It's Mike the Long Guy.
Hey, Mike the Long Guy. What's up?
Last week, I heard Macadamian claim that there's 2 listeners that are tuning in strictly to hear him call into open lines. And I'd just like to say to those people, what has gone so horribly wrong in your life? You're actually looking forward to a Macadamian call. Because when I hear him talk, I feel like I'm listening to a special episode of Sesame Street where Big Bird is recovering from a stroke. Bro sounds like a combination between Mort Goldman from Family Guy and Mushmouth from Fat Albert. But don't worry, guys. Everything is going to be OBKB. You know, he never actually says the listeners are people. He probably has a couple of pet hamsters he sits up by the speakers. Come on, Mary Kate. Come on, Ashley. Daddy's going to be on the radio today. Okay, I'm done.
I appreciate the roasting of other open line callers to each other. Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Thanks,
you can
Mike.
always count on me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll
Thank
wait
you,
for
Michael.
his response.
All right, thank you. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning, boys. It's Vince the plumber.
Oh, man,
okay,
we were
so
hoping
going
you
on,
wouldn't
Vince.
call.
Well, I was on vacation last week, so I didn't get to call you guys. I had a great vacation up at the Poconos. It was awesome.
We enjoyed your vacation too.
Yeah.
Did you guys? You know what? I did listen to the podcast, and it sounded awesome. You know, and
Judging by your rates, I'm sure you had a lovely vacation as well.
Anyway,
it was awesome. Just a shout out to Mike the Long Guy. He's always awesome, dude. He is hilarious.
Yes, he is.
And Macadamia, he sent a shout out to me for some reason. I want to shout out to him. You know,
shouting back and forth.
Yeah, shouting right back and forth. But you guys have a happy Friday. Kara, have a great day at work, and everybody else, just have a fun life.
All right, Vince.
All right,
Thank you
thanks,
very
Vince.
much.
Appreciate
Let's take one or two more here. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning, boys. This is Matt from Belchertown.
Matt from Belchertown, what's going on?
Just wanted to give a shout out to my boys over at Braden's Landscaping LLC in East Hampton.
Oh,
all right. Cool.
Are they masters of the cone to block traffic?
They most certainly are masters of the cone.
That one cone.
Everybody in East Hampton is a master of the cone.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Oh, they know their cone.
Master of my cone.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, fellas.
All right. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Trevor from Belchertown.
What's up, Trevor?
Oh, two Belchertowners.
Yeah, I just heard Matt on there. I just wanted to say that I've been listening to your show for a while, when O'Brien was on.
Yeah.
My mom would always have it on the radio when I was a little kid, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Being raised listening to YouTube knuckleheads. But,
it's a questionable decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 18. I'm a college student, so I know most of your callers are old, grumpy men.
Boomers,
so
yeah.
Maybe you'll appreciate that I appreciate your boomer humor.
Well,
look at that.
Yeah, how about that? That's
a youngster telling us that he appreciates us.
No, we appreciate that,
you.
Yes, we all appreciate everything you just said.
All right.
What
Thank
do
you.
all right.
Okay.
No, never mind. I was going to find out more about you, but I became suddenly disinterested.
All right, well, you have a good weekend.
I thank you too.
All right, one more, and that should pretty much do it.
All
Rock 102, good morning, who's this?
Hi, good morning. This is DJ Rick. How are you?
Good, DJ Rick. Do you know DJ Bob?
No.
Well, you two should meet. There's a shindig going on over at the V in Hampton tonight, 3 to 6 p.m.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Maybe I'll go. Hey, I love you guys very much. You're doing great. I just got a corny joke.
Okay. Let her rip.
What do you call a cow with no legs?
What do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef.
All right.
Fantastic.
I like that.
That's a great joke.
Have a good day.
All right.
Too.
Hey, terrific. Okay.
You know what? That was successful.
That was a good open line Friday.
It was an acceptable open line Friday.
Yeah, I mean, Hawkman got a little mouthy there, but that's okay.
Mike the lawn guy saving it again.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And not a single macadamian.
That's too bad.
Thanks again to K&B Diversified. That's Open Line Friday. Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's 8:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam will have the full forecast for you.
Half off hops. If you like beer like so many other people do, you can get $50 gift cards to 6 of the area's best craft breweries, including Great Awakening, Arc Point, Connecticut Valley, Soul Syndicate, Dudleytown, and Progression for just $25. That's half off. That's why we have creatively called it half off hops. They're on sale now. Shop 30 store at rock102.com. These things will not last. You're going to want to get on the stick right away. Go to rock102.com in the Shop 30 store. Half off hops from Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
You know what? You just reminded me. We have to approach the brass here about getting that rub and tug pass. I know that Asian Foot Finesse on Boston Road is. Yeah.
You think they're in?
I think they'd be in.
I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, it would be kind of nice to have like a map of all the areas offering that particular service.
Wasn't hold on a second. Channeling the ghost of John O'Brien here. Rub maps.
That was actually a thing? Rub maps?
Oh, and we're blocked from looking at it because we can't. Yeah. FortiGuard intrusion prevention, access blocked, adult material.
Huh.
All right, let's see. Well, we get off the internet here.
Okay.
We go on the phone, right?
Right.
Rub maps. Let's see. Rub maps.
And?
Massage parlors. Boston. No, we want Springfield.
Right?
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Right. Well, I can get to this, and then we can come back and regroup.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah,
because I'm waiting for you to get to a good, solid internet connection on your phone without using the station's Wi-Fi. Might not be, quick.
I got it.
Yeah?
I got it.
Yeah?
I got it. Ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. Blue Moon Bodywork and Spa on Newbury Street. Chinese Massage in Boston Road.
Uh-huh.
Hand Rubs Bodyworks on Cambridge Street.
Right.
Asian Foot Finesse on Boston Road in Springfield.
Oh, see, there you go. Plenty of places to
Amazing
go.
Bodywork on Springfield. Carew Street. Eternal Massage on Sumner Avenue.
Yeah.
Which is now, these are closed.
Well, yeah, I mean,
But this one, Amazing Bodywork, that's open. Foot Finesse.
All right. Well, anyway,
What? I mean, you could get half off.
Yeah.
If we just get all these people to get in on lend a hand, if you will.
Yeah.
And we can get a little pass. What do you think the card would be?
I really don't know.
We should get like the little punch with the penis shape on it.
Yeah,
kind of
like
penis punch card.
Like the old Panera card. Like you buy like a dozen bagels, you get like a dozen free every time 10 times.
Yeah. And how would we, you know what we would do? We would revive that thing back in the 70s where the people used to have the hand waving in the window on the spring to know you were a safe house. Well, we can make that a whole new meaning and be like, hey, this is the rub and tug
Steve,
spot.
this is why I like you. You're just so full of great ideas.
No
just
one
bursting out of your head all the time.
No one listens to a word I say.
I'm sorry, what?
We got news, and it's coming up next.
8:34 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. It's brought to you by Big Y, your family market. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. There's so much bad news around.
It is a very depressing, horrifying news day.
And I'm not in the mood to get other people in the mood of being depressed. So let's talk about other things in the news. You ready?
Yes.
Ticks. Everybody loves ticks.
I hate ticks. Ticks are jerks.
Tick season is off to its worst April start in nearly a decade. Having had one pulled off myself last week, I can relate. And Northeast residents are at the epicenter. Emergency department visits for ticks in the Northeast hit 168 per 100,000 ER visits during the second week of April, the highest level recorded at that point in the calendar year since at least 2017. According to the CDC&P's Tick Bite data tracker. Nationally, the rate reached 85 per 100, also the highest April reading in the CDC's data set, which goes back 9 years. 9 years? I don't remember going back 9 years.
Well, it goes back 9 years.
The Northeast consistently records the highest tick bite ER visit rate of any U.S. region, and 2026 is no exception. And then they go into how high the numbers are and why, yada, yada, yada. They want you to check yourself for ticks.
And you know what? As someone who's had Lyme disease twice.
Well, it was so good the first time that you wanted it the second time.
It was a sheer delight,
the
Lyme disease I had. As someone who's had it twice, absolutely check yourself all the time. Because you know what? There are many people that get gravely ill with Lyme.
Yeah.
And you need to do yourself a favor and do whatever you can to not get it. If you get bit by a tick, go see your doctor, as quickly as you can and try to take care of it as fast as you can, because you do not want to be one of those people that thinks, oh, well, it's nothing. It's just a little tick bite. No big deal. No big whoop. Oh, by the way, I feel terrible. Oh, by the way, I now have Bell's palsy. Oh, by the way, I feel like I have meningitis. Oh, by the way, it feels like I have any number of diseases that masks itself.
Yeah, but did you get your steps in today?
Yes. No, I didn't.
There you go.
My steps, please.
Lone Star ticks, known to cause alpha-gal syndrome, a tick-triggered allergy to red meat. I hope I never experience that.
Right?
Have also been expanding their range in Massachusetts with established populations on Cape Cod and the islands, according to the Barnstable County Health public officials. Check yourself for ticks if you're going to go out. I'm a frequenter of the trail walks and all that stuff, especially with the dog. Make sure your dog's got the flea collar on, and you got to check them anyway, even afterwards.
It's you know what? For anyone who takes it lightly, do not. Get serious about it.
Yeah. A judge is weighing whether to allow Karen Reed to use text messages from fired Massachusetts State Police Trooper Michael Proctor's cell phone to support a lawsuit she intends to file against the police agency and the town of Canton. The request sparked a broader discussion at a Thursday afternoon hearing about whether the strict protective orders keeping the communication secret were necessary and whether Proctor was getting special treatment. Attorney Aaron Rosenberg, who is representing Reed, described the messages on Proctor's phone as staggeringly anti-woman, racist, homophobic, and anti-Semitic. A defense lawyer representing two men of color whose cases were investigated by Proctor went further, calling him a racist person from the get-go. Attorney Rosemary Shapiro quoted Proctor as saying, "It's a kill blank in Canton Day." I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, it's probably, you can assume it's not good.
With the rest of the messages sealed, Picho's comment is the first glimpse at the information found on the fired investigator's cell phone. Reed's team wants to use the messages to support claims of negligent training, hiring, and supervision against the state police and against the town of Canton. The records show Proctor and Canton Sergeant Sean Good frequently exchanged vile messages while both served as police officers. Reed's lawyers already have permission to use the material as part of her defense in a wrongful death suit brought by the family of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Rosenberg said adding the new lawsuit to the order allowing that access was just a minor procedural adjustment.
You know, not that it proves or disproves her guilt or innocence, but it is such a bad look for the state cops.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and not like they haven't had their share of PR disasters, but this one becomes a national story, and I think that you know what? Maybe, just maybe, don't text stupid stuff if you're a cop. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Well, I mean, you kind of get that. Like, I mean, look at the Hawkman. He's got that air of arrogance now that he's in a position of power.
He's drunk with power.
You think when you become a head detective like that, you don't get drunk with power?
Well, I'm sure you do. I'm sure
at a Buffalo Wild Wings on a Saturday afternoon?
I get it. But you know what? I mean, honestly, you're investigating a crime. Maybe talking about our leaky balloon knot on your text is not such a great idea.
You know what? As much as you condemn that was actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I mean, if it were between you and me, I mean, it would be hilarious. I mean, listen,
she got a leaky balloon knot.
If someone ever, subpoenaed our text conversations, forget about it.
It's more like a subpoena in the leaky balloon knot.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, no ass pics. She got no nudes.
Thank God no one subpoenaed our phones because between our
God,
conversations together.
We would be.
When you, me, and Marty are on a group text.
That's some of the most vile things I've ever seen written.
Absolutely.
By myself.
The most insensitive things I've ever written were always written to you.
Well, but again, we're not police officers.
No.
We're just idiots.
We're professional broadcasters, whatever the hell that means.
Yes, but we don't bring that to the airwaves.
No, and we're not involved in crime.
Yeah.
Although we've been ripping off this company for years.
I mean, I don't think what happened in a private conversation with Michael Proctor and his other cop buddies reflects his job on duty, where it's not like he walks up to people and like, we'd like to question you about a leaky balloon knot.
True, but on the other hand, it does show kind of a, kind of like a flippant attitude towards the crime itself, or to potential suspects. It's it's a little inappropriate and perhaps unprofessional.
She's got IBS. You know what that means? Leaky balloon knot.
That's right.
Leaky balloon knot.
All right, Miss Dribbly, let's go. Get in the car. We got questions.
What was there was an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where Larry was leaving leakage on a seat. Do you remember this one?
It was on a couch. It
was leaving a stain.
Yes.
I wonder if that had any inspiration to Michael Proctor's leaky balloon knot conversation.
Couldn't tell you, Steve. Absolutely don't know.
East Longmeadow, suburban customers with no input how the Springfield Water and Sewer Commission is run might face bigger bills. An East Longmeadow counselor fears now that the treatment plant work is delayed by the discovery of PCB. You down with PCB?
Yeah, you know me.
We're told to absorb the increases and told to be patient, Counselor Jim Lydon said by phone on Thursday.
I don't think Jim Lydon sounds like that.
Other than receiving notices in the mail warning that chlorine byproducts exceed federal limits, there is really no transparency.
Again, I don't believe I know Mr. Lydon personally, but that's not how he sounds.
Lydon, along with counselors John Torcia and Anna Jones, wrote Town Administrator Thomas Christensen this week asking East Longmeadow to take a more active role in oversight and to support legislation that could cut people who are not from Springfield on the commission. Contractors working on the $363 million West Parish water treatment plant estimate that PCB contamination at the site has already put the project a year behind schedule and from $8.5 million to $31.5 million over the budget.
Ouch.
According to documents the Republican obtained through a public records request.
Now, this is coming at the perfect time, just as they're wrapping up the construction on that new expensive high school.
Hey, just no, they're not going to have the bubblers working.
Nope, you don't want to drink from one of them bubblers.
Not at that location. That's for sure. Especially with all the PCBs in the water.
Yeah, I know. Well, thankfully, they'll just pass that on to the population and taxes, and they'll pay for it.
Listen, man, we got money for everything. Money will be there no matter what. We will power through.
If you're living in East Longmeadow and you see your property taxes going up substantially year after year, the last thing you want to see is like your water rates increase.
Yeah, that's why we have votes and stuff like that. To not do this.
Much of East Longmeadow sits on a giant aquifer. Did you know that?
Does it really?
Yeah, it really does. So if you have the wherewithal to build your own well, then I suppose you could probably avoid paying the costly expense of town water.
Is that part of the underground rivers we were told years ago?
It is true.
That was,
yeah.
So there is underground. East Longmeadow is just a floating city?
There is a huge aquifer underneath the town of East Longmeadow. Yes.
Didn't know that.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like a phony excuse at the time that we were blaming all of our broadcast problems on an underground river, but there are some levels of truth to that. Sunspots, that was the other one that we heard.
No, that was what we were just playing from Bob Seger on the airwaves.
Right. Yes,
that was probably causing the thing. Oh, my God. Look at the time, Bax. It is 8:45. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today going to be sunny with a high of 60. It's 44 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Yeah.
This is Ryan Pelletier, COO of Raymond Arhul Construction. Most contractors will tell you that they specialize in complex projects. Cute. We remodel
to Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:52 and ZZ Top with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be sunny with a high of 59. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 56. It is 46 right now in downtown Springfield.
Steve, it is a Shop Friday here at Rock 102 this morning at 9 o'clock. If you go to rock102.com, you could save 30% off at Vanish Valley Brewing in Ludlow. Make Vanish Valley Brewing your go-to spot for bold craft beer. Amazing barbecue, laid-back vibes, and hoppy IPAs to ready-to-drink canned cocktails. There's something for everyone. And the food, smokestacked and unforgettable. That starts at 9 o'clock at the Shop 30 store, rock102.com. And, of course, speaking of Vanish Valley, don't forget about Codtoberfest. We were talking about was that? Yesterday.
Yeah.
The Codtoberfest Spring Fling is happening on Sunday, May 3rd. It's a great event for a very worthy cause to help the Cottings who were in here yesterday. Again, go to vanishvalley.com or to the Codtoberfest event page on Facebook to find out more.
Vanish Valley is we do the Rick's Place thing there in June. It's a great space.
Great space. Mike does a great job with that. The outdoor space is cool. There's also, they did a show with my friend Thomas Walsh in the brewery part of it. Really cool to do it there. So that was a good time.
And the food is good, too.
Actually, it's really, really good.
Yeah, but then they have, like, for special events, they have the food trucks that come out.
Yes.
All of it's good there. I don't know if you knew this or not, but the word is getting out. The road around the Holyoke Mall has been paved.
What?
Yeah! My goodness! It is a miracle.
It's like a total comfort cruise over there now.
It is. I drove it yesterday. I took a little video of me doing that to Chardet's Smooth Operator. But somebody suggested Ride Like the Wind. I should have done that one.
Oh, that's a good one
Yeah,
too, isn't
I
it?
got a good one too. But I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, is it like a perfectly smooth black top?
Yeah, it's that fresh blacktop where it's like you're riding on air before before anybody has damaged it. Like a big truck come by, put the divot right in the middle of it. It hasn't happened yet. It's still nice and fresh and new.
But it's getting there.
It's got that new pavement smell to it.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
a
like
good smell.
that tar and oil smell. It's delicious.
So, I mean, was everybody like driving around with smiles and enthusiasm, or
Wow.
like people still miserable and dour like they normally are when they're driving around the mall?
Listen, baby steps, Bax. Baby steps. And my question was, does that paving company fix escalators? Because
that's next.
I could use some help in that department there.
I'm going to guess it's probably a different company. I can't imagine a company being so diverse that they take care of blacktop and escalators.
I have done probably about 8-9 videos from the Holyoke Mall in the last 6 months. And people are like, why are you at the mall so much? Why aren't you at the mall more often is my question.
It's a very good question.
Yeah. Well, the mall has plenty to offer.
Yeah, what's the mall ever do to you?
No. They have a Hobby Lobby there. Who doesn't want, table settings with a little hint of Jesus in there? Who doesn't want,
I think we could all use a little sloppy lobby in our lives.
Who doesn't want, I think there's a bowling place there. There's bowling. There's trampolines.
There's now pickleball at the mall, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, there's a it's a big giant pickleball kingdom. It's a kingdom. It's not even just a pickleball place. It is a kingdom.
I mean, it's a whole royal family over there playing pickleball.
You get Prince Pickle. You got
Princess Pickle,
Prince Dill, Princess Sweet Chip, Princess Butter Bread and Butter Chip.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and all kinds of pickles.
I mean, honestly, there's no reason not to go. And now that you know that it's a 2-lane, 2-way comfort cruise to get there, in and out, no reason not to go.
There are 2 pretzel places in that mall. There's one at one end, and there's one at the other. So if you missed one, you have another chance to buy a pretzel at the other end of the mall.
And isn't there a coffee shop in the middle?
There's all kinds of
things. So if you eat all your pretzels and you want to rehydrate, get yourself a nice iced tea or something. It's very refreshing. And then you keep walking, get yourself another thing of pretzels.
They have bubble tea.
People love the bobas.
Bubble tea.
Boba,
whatever, whatever it's called.
Bubble tea.
They have a Starbucks.
I know they do.
They have actually 2. I believe there's one also inside the Target. You have a Target. How could you go right? There's a jewelry store.
There's more than one. Hey, you know what? Sometimes I find that my eyebrows get a little out of whack.
Yeah, there's a threading place.
I could have my eyebrows threaded anytime I wanted. All I had to do was go there.
There is a kiosk right in the middle where you can get a case for your telephone.
You know what, Steve? With the weekend coming up, I mean, I like the hat you're wearing. Don't get me wrong, but you could go to any number of hat shops, like Lids, for example.
I knew you were going to say that.
Lids. You could use a fresh new lid.
Listen. We were talking about our sex toys from years ago being stolen.
Yeah.
You can replenish those sex toys at a Spencer Gifts.
You know, Steve, there are times when I can't find myself a nice, clean shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, man, it would be so great to get a new Joy Division T-shirt at the Hot Topic like all the teenagers have.
Yeah, or if you want to get your ears pierced, you can go to the, Claire's. There's a Claire's down there.
Yes.
And it's buy one, get one 50% off.
Do they do nipples?
I don't think Claire's does nipples. But there's a piercing place in the mall as well that also does all kinds of piercings. So I'm sure you could get that done.
Thinking about moving up from the clip-ons I use and going 100% in.
There's one of them Amazon stores with the broken packages.
Yes,
you can go in there and sift through other people's unwanted junk or returned items.
Steve, there are so many reasons to go to the mall, but it almost makes you wonder why so many of them are shutting down when it's such a glorious paradise of commerce.
The road is paved. It is now open.
This is an exciting time.
This is your calling to go to the mall. The Holyoke Mall at Ingleside.
You can get there from the highway, or you can get there from Riverdale Street.
Yes, you can.
Go the back way. That's the way I like to go.
You like to go the back door route most of the time.
Not because of the back door route, but it's also easy access to Donut Dip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's true. It's right down the street.
Right down the road.
Yeah, remember, we used to be able to hit the trifecta. There used to be that dirty cup store that was there, and it's no longer there.
Yeah, well, that's...
Oh, my God, look at the time.
It's 9 o'clock at Bax and Nagle at Rock 102.
Call or text us anytime on the Route